Kelce brother will get his second ring on Sunday. If it's Jason, his role in leading an elite Eagles running game will probably play a big role. The older Kelce has ranked top 5 among centers in ESPN's run block win rate metric in 3 straight seasons. The only player at his position who can say that. Mina, what makes Jason Kelce so effective?
The easiest way to sum it up is he does things a center's not supposed to be able to do because of his athleticism. I mean, just put the NFC Championship. How often do you come out of the game thinking, I got center highlights? Center highlights. It's really the pulling. I mean, he has a lot of aspects to his game, the technique, the hands, but it's the athleticism when he's on the move that allows him to do things like run counter with a center. I can't stress how difficult that is normally compared to centers. To see him in motion like that, it's astounding, especially at his age. His athleticism is unreal.
Yeah, so let's get into this a little bit. So, RC, play Kelce. You're the Hall of Famer. Mina, you can play the guard size. So this is what happens because if the Eagles are running just their traditional zone stuff, and Marcus lines up as the shade here, and I'm the backside 3 technique. Shade meaning he's on the inside shade of that guard. I'm the backside 3 technique, essentially outside shade. And they run zone that way, set, go. Like, we could get through these blocks, see, and create penetration. Now, heavier guys. Now, let's say Marcus is the 3 technique. I'm the backside shade, so you're the outside shade of the guard, right? We could still set, go zone away. We still create penetration. Now, here's everything. Marcus, come tell you the shade again, right? Inside. Jalen will get to a lot of scrimmage and be like, hey, where's the 3 technique? Where's the shade? We want to run towards the shade. And this is where Kelce's athleticism comes in. This is one of those pin-pull where you pin down and pull her full block. So what happens is, so the guard pins. Now, Laura, a linebacker's flowing to the ball. Kelce's athleticism, that's not a hard block, you know? Like everybody at home, Mina's block is strictly get in the way.
Body position.
Right, get in the way. And Kelce's athletic. Now, also, Jason, he's in the gun, Jalen. So that allows Jason, like RC was doing, to get depth. And there's a pin, that's an easy block. There's a kick out. And then there's all that space, right?
The other piece of it is, too, right, you're not used to seeing centers pull. We had Marquise Pouncey in Pittsburgh who was athletic enough to do the same thing.
So down block, Mina.
You're normally taught to watch the guard and the tackle pull, and that's what triggers the linebackers. So now linebackers are late. If the linebacker's here and he can force Jalen back into the formation, now we can get the backside linebacker and the safety to fill. The problem is when he's beat, like we saw Kelce get out first and get a hand on Greenlaw, now we can get the runners and Jalen outside of them, and that makes it extremely difficult for defense.
Really fast. Is Jalen Hurts, is the quarterback really reading the defense?
Yeah, so Jalen will come to the line of scrimmage, and he'll look for, like, if you're Jalen, hey, where's Chris Jones? Right? If Chris Jones is a 3 technique, Marcus goes to the outside of that shade, well, we're going to run the ball this way then, because it's the easier block for the down block and allow Kelce to pull. If Marcus is the shade this way, then he'll communicate, hey, we're going to keep it going left, and then you get Dickerson or Ciamalo on those down blocks. They're not. I don't want to minimize how great those guys are, but those are easy blocks. And Laura, if you're playing that linebacker, RC just pointed out trying to flow. You're also watching Jalen put the ball into the belly of the back with a slant behind you. Also, the potential.
Now let me show you. Let me show you how this can be negated from a trenches standpoint. Right? You catch me in the shade and you want to run in my direction.
Right.
The job of this shade, once you get that pin and pull, is RC. You go. I have to try to get in this track.
Yes.
Right. I cannot stand here and try to play this block
when you say
inside
get in
out.
This track, what does that mean?
Kelce pulling, right?
Yeah.
I want to go vertical and try to at least get him to take another step backwards in order for my linebackers to have enough time to declare.
Do you think that the non-Chris Joneses on the Chiefs defensive line are capable of doing that?
So the place you get hung up in is you think you can make a play, right? As a defensive lineman, if I'm watching this happen, there is a gaping hole that's opening up right here where you think, I'm athletic enough to get up here and try to backdoor this. That is the wrong thing to do. You have to literally focus on this pin block. You got to press this block, vertical and diagonal, in order to make this play stretch out longer in order for my linebackers to be able to declare.
But the other problem is this, though. They do a lot of different things from that same action.
So many things in so many directions.
Exactly. It's not just the same thing every time you get the movement, which makes guys a little bit slower, which makes guys guess. And honestly, I would say that we always point to Jalen Hurts being that missing piece or the thing that adds to the run game. It's actually Jason Kelce.
And his athleticism.
The fact that he's able to do that on so many different type of runs really makes the creativity of what they can do something different from every other team.
And when they find the run concept, maybe it takes advantage of the aggression of a defensive lineman.
They'll go in games and run it 4 or 5 times in a row.
Like 6 times.
So let me explain to people why certain D tackles get paid $80 million. All right, this is the difference. When Chris Jones is lined up in the shade and you decide to run to him,
come on,
he has the quickness and the ability to U-turn this block.
Okay.
Right?
What's that mean?
And the length. I'm about to show you. Ryan Paul.
Yep.
Chris Jones. Remember now, Chris Jones is 6'6", cat quick.
Yeah. Okay.
He can U-turn this block, and this arm.
I'm coming for you.
This arm can create 2 to 3 yards of separation.
Risky? The Aaron Donald risk?
Certain guys. Certain guys.
Wow.
That's why it's important to point out
I think that's
the type of impact he can have in this game.
Huge thing in this game is how they handle that fold block or that pin pull on their run.
Well, the other piece is this, though, Marcus. He's going to have to fight against his natural instinct to be a playmaker. And you've mentioned this a lot about defensive lines. And sometimes just play is the assignment because we have to remember that Jalen Hurts is reading all of those things and reacting off of what the defense gives him.
One more pin pull. Let me show you ideally what you want to do.
We got 20 seconds.
If you get upfield, you want to diagonal now.
Okay.
You want to go down the line of scrimmage like you in pursuit. The wrong thing to do is the pin pull and round.
Oh, okay.
That's the wrong thing to do.
Now you create creases, though.
Exactly.
Yeah. U-turns, diagonal lines, we got it all figured out.
I'm finna lie down up in here.
These big fellas are weapons, aren't they, Swagoo?
I'm telling you, man.